Welcome to the Women of Ihsan podcast. I'm your host, Sophia, and this is an invitation to join me and our amazing guests to find inspiration and insights into your own journey to Ihsan. If you ever feel overwhelmed or confused along the way, I'm also here to support you so you can tackle your challenges with confidence and make progress towards this lofty goal. To find out more about my work, check the episode description and make sure to subscribe.
والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalat wassalam ala rasulillah. Welcome to a new episode of the Women of Ihsan podcast. For this week's episode, I am super delighted and excited to host Hasina Rahman. Hasina is the owner of the multi-award winning female-only combat club in Bedfordshire called Pink Diamond Martial Arts. The club has now been running for 9 years and has won multiple awards. Hasina has studied various types of combat sports over the past 20 plus years, including karate, Muay Thai, kickboxing, BJJ, Tai Chi, and MMA. She has gained 3 black belts in 3 different styles of martial arts. She's a qualified personal trainer and Pilates instructor. Hasina has held multiple self-defense workshops all around the UK, constantly promoting women's safety. She's also a mother of 2 boys and a children's author. Hasina, I just want to say, wow. I'm so
Jazakallah
impressed.
khair, sis. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Salam again on the show. It's so exciting to have you here today. So tell us about yourself, what about your background, how you came to start martial arts over 2 decades ago now, mashallah. Tell us about you.
Yes, so my name, as you said, my name is Hasina, and I'm from a South Asian background. Martial arts I started when I was 15 years old, and it was more to do with finding my confidence. I needed something to help me regain my confidence and just something to keep me fit as well. So that's when I started karate, and it was an instant love that I went into the class and nobody looked at your skin color, your religion, your race. So I just get, when you go to a martial arts class, everyone's different and everyone's there for one reason only. And I just felt like it was like a family. And, alhamdulillah, I carried on within the martial arts route and tried different avenues as well. So, yeah, that's how I started martial arts.
Mashallah. Were your parents supporting you at the beginning of your journey?
So I didn't tell my parents. I know you should tell your parents everything. This was back in the 90s. So in the 90s, there wasn't a lot of women or girls, no matter what background you were from, that did martial arts. And I did tell them that I'm doing a fitness class, but I didn't tell them specifically it was martial arts because I know my dad would probably say no. So I did do it, and once I got my black belt after 5 years, I went and showed them the certificate and the belt, and I said, "Look, this is what I've been doing. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I really enjoy it, and I've got my black belt." And they were actually, alhamdulillah, they were so happy. They were really happy.
Mashallah.
So, alhamdulillah, they forgave me for not telling them, but yeah. And they saw a difference in my mood and in my personality. So I think they realized how much it did actually help me.
Okay, that's great. I mean, you were telling them that you were doing some kind of fitness. You just
Yeah.
didn't go into the details.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't a lie.
Yeah, kind of. But
Yeah,
alhamdulillah, at the end, you were doing something which was good for you,
yeah.
and and the result was that you had this discipline, and mashallah, you got until you got this black belt, the first one.
The first one, yeah, alhamdulillah, yeah. Yeah, so
Mashallah.
then, yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to say something, and then what happened?
I think when I started with karate, because karate is very disciplined, I got my second dan black belt, and then it gave me the confidence to try Muay Thai, kickboxing, and other martial arts. So yeah, I'm very grateful to have started with karate, and then gave me the confidence to try others as well.
Mashallah. I find it so important to talk about this, especially as like you said, coming from a minority already,
Yeah,
a visible minority, and being females, it's so important to talk about this and make it just a normal subject, a normal sport that we can do.
yeah.
SubhanAllah. Do you have maybe a personal story that you could share with us?
My personal story would be the reason why I wanted to do martial arts. It would be um I went to a school where it was 95% non-Muslim.
Mm.
So and 95% non-brown skin. So I was the only person that was brown skinned, and you can imagine I stuck out like a sore thumb. So it's a target for bullying, and unfortunately I did get bullied physically and mentally, which was really, really affected my confidence. And it was a kind of like it probably destroyed me from within, where I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell the teachers. Best way I dealt with it was to ignore it was happening. And I think that's the worst thing you can do. Is literally the worst thing you can do is just ignore it and hoping it would go away, but it doesn't. And what happens is you hold on to that trauma for a very long time. So when that leaflet came through the door for karate, I was like, I need to do something. I really need to do something to find myself again. And that's when I went to my first karate class, and my confidence slowly, it took a while, it did take a while, but it slowly, slowly came back. And one thing that I lost within the process was my dean as well. And that's not something that I'm not happy about, but I wanted to be so much like them so they would accept me, that I kind of, the dean was on the back seat. So what happened is when I found my confidence again, I found my dean again, alhamdulillah. So like everything fell into place, alhamdulillah. So yeah, that's my backstory and the reason why I'm so passionate about martial arts as well.
Alhamdulillah. And as you were
Alhamdulillah.
speaking, I was just wondering, so you started karate when you were 15, and
Yeah,
there was this background of being bullied also at that time.
yeah.
As you went into this journey of, of this sports martial arts, did the bullying decrease or stopped, or what were your interactions with the students who were bullying you?
So the bullying was at school. So when we were 16, we leave high school. So when I left, obviously, I forgot all about school. I wanted to literally just not even think about it ever again. So when I left school, it was like, right, that's one chapter done.
Hmm.
But I still didn't have any confidence. So it took me a while to make friends when I went to college, and just regain that confidence. But I think by the time I started Muay Thai, I was a complete different person. So nobody would ever know that I got bullied because I was such a different, confident person. Um, and for me, wanting to be like them is something that I became as well. So I had my confidence, I had friends, I was doing Muay Thai, I was doing competitions, I was a complete different person. But the only thing I was lacking of was obviously my deen, and I didn't wear a hijab then. So,
Mm.
it was a different world that I was entering. Um, so yeah, it's been a journey. Alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. Yeah,
Subhanallah.
but we can get, inspiration from that,
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
all have ups and downs,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and it's okay. It's just life. We get tested,
yeah.
uh, and from the problems that you had to overcome at this
Mhm.
younger age, and also maybe like generally in your life, is there a particular lesson that you draw from the struggles that you had in your life?
Definitely. I think the main thing is if you don't have deen, you don't have anything. And that's one of the biggest things. You can be happy, you can be confident, you can have all the friends, you can have everything, but you still won't be happy unless you have a connection with Allah and a deen. And I think that's really, really, for me to be at the bottom and then come up again, I think it really helped me to see how it can be and how deen can help you become a complete different person.
Mhm.
Alhamdulillah. And sometimes you have to
How do
go through
you
the journey.
how did you come back to that? Was it more gradual? Was it a realization on, like, how yeah, how do you come back to the dean basically?
I think for me, it was realizing that there was something missing.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I am where I want to be, but there's definitely something missing. And I know my parents taught me Islam from a very, very young age. And they've always, mashallah, they've always embedded it into us. And sometimes you go through certain things in life that takes you away from it, and then to find it again is a blessing. And I think I realized that it's missing in my life, and I need to find my deen again. So yeah, it's just realizing that you have to. End of the day, we are Muslim. We have to find the deen again. Yeah.
Was there something in particular? I don't know, because sometimes it's
Mm.
becoming a mother, or just
Yeah.
getting married, like having a family, because now
Yeah.
you start
I
to
think it
to
was,
think about what kind of education you're going to give to your children, and things like
yeah.
that. Or was it just for your on your own, that even before getting married or having children, that you just felt this was missing because you grew up with Islam?
Yeah, I think it was. It was when I realized, I looked at myself and I didn't recognize myself, and I was like, what am I doing? I need to sort myself out, find my deen again. And that's when I wanted to, I started to ask friends to find, I wanted to get married, and I told my family and friends, you can start looking for me. You know, it was a different journey I wanted to take. I wanted to completely come out of it. And I said, I want a decent, good Muslim man that I want to, that will help me along the journey as well. So, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. No, but it's things like that which keep us grounded. And
Yeah,
like you said, like things can happen, especially in our teenage years. But if you grew up with this foundation of your life in your family, at some
yeah,
point when you start thinking about starting your own family, then you go
mm,
back to what you know best, and what you know is the truth, and what is the best for your life, subhanallah. So
yeah, yeah.
alhamdulillah. And
Alhamdulillah.
and
Yeah.
from there on, how did you then you know um, start the idea of having this club for only for women?
So this was after I moved. So I got married, and then alhamdulillah, I moved. And then I had my kids. And then it was something that I wanted to do for the community. I wanted to do, from what I've learned in martial arts over the however many years, I wanted to give girls and women the opportunity to learn martial arts in a female-only environment, and the benefits it has mentally for you. I think the one thing that got me through the struggles that I went through in life is martial arts. Um, and it can really, really help you focus mentally, physically. So that's the benefit I wanted the community I was around to benefit from. And where I live now is very Muslim orientated place. And there's a lot of sisters that always wanted to do martial arts, but they couldn't because mixed classes. And I thought this is the perfect opportunity to show people how amazing martial arts is.
Subhanallah, that's great.
Subhanallah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah. Were there any misconceptions or limiting beliefs that were holding you back at some point, whether it was on your martial art journey or professional journey, because you are kind of a CEO now, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
You like, let's say things as they are. Or on your spiritual journey, was there something that was holding you back for a long time, and how did you overcome that?
I think obviously, I think we all go through it, the imposter syndrome. You don't think you're good enough. And I, when I tell people, they're like, you've got the awards. I was like, "But alhamdulillah, sometimes you just can't help it. You still feel that you could do better. You're not good enough. And that's something that I do struggle with. And I'm something I'm working on as well. And I think it's just, you should look at the journey and think, look, you're blessed. Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed for the journey, and to be able to do martial arts for over 20 years is just amazing for me. And how the club has grown over 9 years. We started with 6 students, and now I've got over 100, alhamdulillah. So there must be something good that people benefit from. Some of the students have been there for the whole 9 years. They're nearly black belt. So it is something to be very, impressed with, and alhamdulillah, blessed in a way as well. So I believe myself that there's a lot of Allah's blessing in what I do, because of how much I wanted to put Islam into it as well. I don't play music. I keep it strictly female only, and I want to keep it where it's focusing on the deen as well. So I think once you focus on the deen and you do anything you do for Allah, then Allah will help you along the journey as well.
Mashallah, that's beautiful. And I think that's the perfect segue to go to my next question, which is more about the topic of the podcast, which is ihsan. For you, Hasina, what does it mean to strive to become a woman of ihsan?
I think always learn. I think one of the things I've always done is I continue learning. So my thing at the moment is my tajweed. I know that's not something I'm very, I struggle on. And it's something that I always make sure I booked it in. I'm doing classes, I'm attending, lessons. And I think whatever you do for your deen will pay off in other aspects of life as well. And no matter how busy you get, whether it's kids, being a wife, having businesses, you have to have a focus on your deen as well, and always make time to perfect your deen as well.
Mm,
Inshallah.
inshallah, inshallah. That's really the beauty of our deen generally,
Yeah. Yeah.
to strive. It's not there's not just one way to do it. There's,
Yeah.
and like for you now, it looks like okay, you are focusing on your tajweed, but if I asked you 5 years ago or maybe 6 months ago, you would have said something else, and maybe in a
Yeah.
year you will say something else, and
Yeah.
it's really something which is evolving as we go along on our journey, and that's
Yeah.
why this is so powerful to understand that we are all on this journey.
Definitely.
We just need to take that first step and check our intentions, that we are sincerely doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like you said, you're trying to, in your club, not to do something anything displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Obviously, what's happening in our hearts, our intentions, it's between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But from the outside, someone who
Yeah.
comes will feel, okay, this is something which can help me in my deen. And you are creating an environment where sisters can find like-minded people as well. And so important to have this companionship on this
Yeah.
journey, subhanallah. So it's really amazing
Inshallah.
what you're doing with your club. As a personal trainer, you are also a personal trainer and
Yeah.
someone who's on top of your game, mashallah, tabarakallah, may Allah preserve you.
Alhamdulillah.
Could you
I
give
mean,
us, some tips or share some of your routines with us, things that we can do on a regular basis, just, to help us just stay in shape, because the spirituality is one thing, nourishing our ruh, our soul, is one thing, but we need to nourish our minds and our
yeah.
bodies. It's a whole thing. Like we can't dissociate one from the other. To be able to make our salah, we need to be healthy at the end of
Yeah.
the day. To be able to fast even and go and work and earn and be able to help other people, we need to be healthy for that. So, what are your best tips and routines that you can share with us today?
I think my main thing is make it a priority. So with your health, with your fitness, I think it's our amanah to look after ourselves. It's Allah's blessed us with a body that is able to do so many things, and we should treat it like top of our list. Treat it as a priority. If you can't do workouts, say if you've got young kids, go for a walk, put the babies in the pushchair. That's what I used to do when my kids were young. Every morning I used to go for a 30-minute walk. And I think it's just building up maybe 3 times a week, building it up to 4 times a week. But we need to make time for ourselves, and that's our me time, where we focus on ourselves. Because if we are healthy minded, we are healthy for our kids and for our family. So I think it's so important for us to be physically and mentally healthy. So as you said, my schedule would be I'd drop my kids to school. I'd come and have my coffee. I know some people have their coffee after their breakfast, but I have it before. And then I schedule in 30-minute workout, and I don't care if I'm tired or if I've got other things. I'll delay it until I've done my 30-minute workout, and I know that it sets me up for the whole day. So I did my workout today. Today was cardio, which I do not like, but I know it's good for me, so I make sure I do it. So it's just making sure that it's at the top of your list, and you make that time for yourself, because what you do now will pay off. What you do in your 30s will pay off in your 40s, and I always tell everybody that what you focus on now is going to pay off. So Alhamdulillah, yeah.
So let's say the bare minimum, would that be a 30-minute walk, 3 to 4
I think a
times a
brisk
week, or?
30-minute walk. Yeah, yeah. That's the bare minimum would be for you mentally as well. I think being outside, being around nature is so amazing. And I know I don't get enough of it, and I need to do it more. But just a 30-minute brisk walk outside can do wonders for you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And the workout, because I mean you are on a level that's We can't compare
I'm,
ourselves to
you
that.
know what? Since I'm getting tired, I do get tired. I do really struggle sometimes,
And
but
do
I
you go
think
to
it's
your club? Do you always train in your club, or do you do that at home as well?
mostly I do it at home now. I used to go to a
Hmm.
gym,
Hmm.
but at the moment, because I've been so busy, I do it at home. So I've got my weights at home, and I've got an area where I work out.
Okay, okay. No,
Yeah.
because sometimes what can block us is, oh, I need to go to the gym, but actually we can do
Mm.
so much from home.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. You can do everything from home.
Yeah,
There's a lot
yeah.
you can if you've got space and if you've got some weights and an area to move around.
Mm.
Last Sunday I made the girls do 100 burpees. Do you know what burpees are, sis?
Not really. I've heard
Mm.
about them.
And they're horrible, but it's such a you don't need much
Like the
space.
name.
Yeah, yeah. You don't need much space, but it's such a good
Mm.
endurance cardio workout.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And as a personal trainer, do you have like one-on-one clients? Do you do group, or do you like do you train your girls at the club for martial arts, or do you do also fitness, cardio, and things like that?
So at the moment, I don't do any personal training because the club has grown, alhamdulillah, and I'm
Hmm.
very busy with the club. But I do a class called Combat Camp, and a lot of older ladies do come to that as well. And it's just focusing on pure endurance building. And I think what we do is some people focus on strength training too much, and others focus on cardio too much. But you have to have a balance. And that's one class that I kind of made so people can get their endurance training in.
So you do everything at your club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I hire a gym, and that's all my classes are from that gym.
Okay, okay, okay. You don't do online classes or things like that.
I used to do a lot. So online
Okay,
training, online Pilates, and I think at the moment my life is a bit hectic, and I had to
okay.
stop one side and concentrate on the other. Yeah,
And will you resume that at some point, or that's not you're not
inshallah.
planning on doing that?
Yeah, indefinitely. I think I've had a few requests to do online karate and online Pilates. So inshallah in the future, yeah,
Mm,
definitely.
mm. Maybe
Yeah.
start an app as well, the Pink Diamond
Yeah,
app.
definitely. Yeah. I'm not a technology lady, but I need to look into it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Other people can do that,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
mashallah. And I think when we were speaking last time, I asked you about the name of Pink Diamond. Like, how did you find the name? I find
Oh yes, I
it's a
remember.
it's a
Yeah.
beautiful, like it's just so beautiful. But tell us
Yeah.
more about that.
So when my husband came with a proposal and we decided to get married, he asked me what kind of ring I wanted, and I said the pink diamond, not realizing that they're super, super expensive. I just liked pink and I like diamonds. And then obviously he was taken back, and he still remembers that. And then obviously I didn't get the pink diamond, but years
Oh,
later,
really?
yeah, I know. Oh well. But years after I had my kids, and then when I came up with the idea for the club, and he was like, "Why don't you name it Pink Diamond?" And I was like, "Do you know what? That's actually a really nice name." And he's like, "Name it Pink Diamond because it's something that's priceless, something unique, and it still has that girly vibe to it." And that's exactly what I wanted in the club, is something that's priceless, unique, and still had that feminine vibe to it. And that's how we came up with the name Pink Diamond. So now he says, "Oh, you didn't get a pink diamond, but you've got something even better." Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got out of it.
Yeah,
Mashallah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my, yeah, yeah. The pink isn't didn't the Queen own such a
Oh
big pink
gosh.
diamond?
I think so. I think Pink Diamond were like 1 million, 10 million, something like that. They're
Oh yeah,
very rare and very expensive.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can imagine. But you didn't do the research before you asked that.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I just thought, oh, pink diamonds, maybe they're like 1,000, two
Yeah,
thousand.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the ones you see in the jewelry on the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, you've got now your Pink Diamond Club, and
Yeah,
it's really
definitely.
beautiful and something we can remember
Alhamdulillah.
definitely.
Yes, yes,
Mashallah.
yes. Yeah, definitely.
So I just wanted to share this story because I find it really really nice
Mm,
and yeah, it's always interesting to hear from the background,
yeah,
the names and so on. Uh,
definitely.
tied to well this big project of yours, basically your Pink Diamonds
Mm.
club. Um, what is your vision with the club, or maybe anything else that you do? Maybe the club is just a means to an end.
Mhm.
You know, what kind of impact and legacy would you like to leave behind?
I think, alhamdulillah, you know, with the club, the one thing that I'm really, really proud of is created a sisterhood. And we hold a lot of ladies only events. We do like Ramadan events, and we do um elegant like nights where all the women can come, you know, hijabis, the sisters that wear niqabs, we can all come together, you know, dress up and just feel like in a comfortable environment. And I think that's something that I really, really wanted when I was younger, like surrounded by sisters. And alhamdulillah, it's happened. And I think the last gathering we had was the 9th year of Pink Diamond. And we had over 80 sisters that came, and it was just such an amazing atmosphere. And I think that's one thing I'm super happy, and I want to build on that, inshallah. And another thing is, one of my students is now teaching classes, which is the next step up for me as a coach. Is I want to see them progress, you know, not just physically, mentally, but as a future student and as a future coach as well. So yeah, my focus is to grow the club, inshallah, go to different countries as well and go and teach self-defense, and you know, tell people how important martial arts is. I think because of how much it helped me, people don't realize that. I think people think martial arts is just Bruce Lee, you know, fighting, and you know, it looks good. But the main aspect is the mind. I think with martial arts, it creates such a strong mind. And I think that's something that really, really helped me in my journey. And that's one thing I want for the young girls. I didn't have that opportunity when I was younger. A lot of the girls start at 8 years old. And if they have that strong mentality from then they'll be unbreakable. And no one will ever, you know, they can be who they want to be.
Yeah, and combined
Yeah.
with the Deen and our
Yes.
faith.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
It'll be
amazing.
an amazing, inshallah. We've got a
Amazing.
bright future.
Inshallah,
Inshallah.
that's really fantastic. MashaAllah. May Allah grant you, success and tawfiq.
Ameen,
Grant you
sister.
to create the future coaches and this legacy.
Mm.
MashaAllah. Is there a message or a piece of advice that you would like to give to the audience, and especially the younger sisters who are listening to the episode now?
I think is what I said earlier. I think one of the main things that I've realized, no matter what you do in life, always put Allah first. I think if you want to start a business, are you doing it for the right reasons? Is that business going to make Allah happy? I think if your focus and if your reason for doing it is right, then there is going to be blessings from every direction coming into your business. I think you just have to focus on the reason why you're doing it, and inshallah, if you have a business, start it. And don't think of all the negatives. If you have an idea and you think it will make a difference and you're doing it for the right reasons, then go for it. Don't let anything put you off.
MashaAllah. Beautiful advice. Jazakallah khairan. Um,
Jazakallah.
Last but not least, I also want to hear from you. Is there someone you would like to see on the podcast as a guest? And what would you like to ask her?
I think there's a sister who runs an organization called Hawa Community, and the sister is called Shapna, and I've met her a few times. She's an amazing sister doing amazing things in the community, and she's from the organization is based in Bedford, and I'd love to see her come on your podcast and her vision and why she does so much for the community, mashallah. I would like to know her vision. Yeah.
To her. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know the details so
Yeah.
I can, because I don't know about her, but I
Yeah.
would like to know more about her, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Um, and now to finish, how can people follow what you're doing on social media, or maybe if people are locally there, can come and visit? What are the details to get in touch with you?
Yes, on Instagram, it's Pink Diamond Martial Arts. You can see all the classes we do, the events, and also we put up technique videos as well, anybody who wants to try them at home. And I'm based in England, in Luton. So if you're around that area, then please do come and try a class. My first session is free, so people can come and try it before they decide if they want to carry on. So yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, please do come if you're around this area.
Great. That sounds great. I would definitely love to come, inshallah, next time in
Yeah,
the area.
definitely. Yeah, inshallah.
And if I come at a time where there's a special sisters event, that would be even better.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
because I saw the pictures from your celebration of the 9 years.
Yeah,
It was really nice, really,
yeah,
really
alhamdulillah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mashallah, mashallah. Hasina, thank you so much again for making the time and sharing all of these gems with us, pun intended.
Thank you
And
so much for having me.
you're welcome, and I hope it will, give the motivation for the sisters to get into martial arts. Look in the area if there is, a club where they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Um, mainly if they are female only. I know that there are other like this, but inshallah, may Allah make it easy for us. And at the end of the day, we can, like you said, there's a lot that we can do on our own, just
Yeah.
home or just going for a walk. Um, that's something anyone can do anytime, basically. So thanks again for all these reminders, and may Allah grant you a lot of success, and everything your heart's desire for this life and the next. Allahumma ameen. And
Ameen, sis. Jazakallah khair.
thank you so much. And anyone who's been enjoying the episode, please do let us know. Tag us on Instagram, leave a comment, like and share, so that it will give more visibility to the podcast and more people can benefit from all these beautiful conversations. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Hasina. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.